Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Petronas Group and we are going to present our company analysis. My name is Muhammad NURIZZ HAKIM. The other group mates are Luqmanul Hakim bin JOHARI, Muhammad NAQIB bin ZAINUDDin, Muhammad Nur AFFANDI bin Ja'far, and Nurul AMIRA binti BAZLI. I'll start the presentation by providing an overview regarding the company background, vision and mission. Petroleum Nasional Berhad or Petronas is a Malaysian oil and gas conglomerate. It was founded in 1974 and entirely owned by the Malaysian government, entrusted with developing and adding value to the company oil and gas resources that varies from crude oil and natural gas explorations. Petronas has evolved into a fully integrated multinational oil and gas firm with operation in 35 countries since its inception. Furthermore, Petronas, which considered as one of the largest corporations in the resource and energy industry, has expanded its activity to include marketing, distribution and land development. Petronas Vision is a leading gas infrastructure and utilities company, while Petronas Mission is we are a business entity. Gas infrastructure and utilities is our core business. We operate safely, reliably and competitively, and we optimize the gas value chain to maximize return for our stakeholders. For SWOT analysis, we have identified few strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats for the company. This is the company with strengths and weaknesses. The strengths are Petronas has diversified business, one of the most powerful brand name to appear at a number of prestigious international events, a state ownership company that gives advantage against other competitors in petroleum industry in Malaysia, has vast of production resources that contribute towards its revenue and advanced capabilities in cutting-edge technologies. The weaknesses are, there are many fatal accidents at various sites. Petronas is facing decline in reserve of oil and gas production, high employee training costs, political interferences that could interrupt Petronas operation as it is wholly owned by Malaysian government and has many high costs of project operation which require big fundings. The opportunities for the company are they has the capability to explore renewable energy sources, able to form a bilateral collaboration with motorsport teams, to use of social media to increase brand awareness, enhance customer recognition and loyalty due to the status of Petronas as a strong brand, and develop innovation for future benefits. In contrast, the threats are weak and low crude oil prices able to influence Petronas upstream revenue, rivalry among the existing firms in the Malaysian oil and gas industry, political uncertainties that interrupt Petronas operation, the emergence of renewable energy sources such as solar and hydroelectric energy, and the outbreak of COVID-19. We also perform TOS analysis for the company. The first SO is market penetration. Petronas sponsor BMW Sauber Formula 1 team along with many other important sponsors like Intel and also supplier for fuel and lubricant to the teams. The second is product development. Exploration technology, enhanced oil recovery, wells and other are all pioneered by the business. For WO, the first is market development. Petronas reported decline in their oil and gas production in 2016 onward. This particular weakness of the firm can be encountered with exploration and renewable energy sources through project known as New Energy to ensure customers receive alternative and cleaner energy sources. The second is product development. High cost of project operation require big fund and budgets. However, with the action taken to continue refining the technology used, it will enable them to develop innovation that matter and enhance efficiency and operational excellence. For ST, the first is horizontal integration. Petronas is the custodian of Malaysian petroleum resources. The support from Malaysian government can overcome a competition threat from existing firms of Malaysian oil and gas such as Shell and Petronas. The second is related diversification. Petronas has a diverse range of business activities and business segments. Its business segment consists of upstream, downstream, new energy and corporate segment, which allow Petronas to ensure their company earn profitability in business operation. For WT, the first one is unrelated diversification. Petronas need to adopt commercial renewable energy technologies that use solar and wind for power. The challenge in transiting towards a low carbon future is ensuring a sufficient and affordable supply of energy to cater fast growing energy demand due to population growth and rapid urbanizations. The second is diverse teacher. Petronas should be placed under separate entity and has autonomous power without interference from politics like Bank Negara Malaysia, BNM, to protect the sovereignty of Petronas from political interference.
Moving on to the strategic position and action evaluation matrix, which is space matrix. In this matrix, there are 4 dimensions, which are internal dimension, consists of financial position and competitive position, and the other one is external dimension, consists of stability position and industry position. This space matrix is the most important determinant of an organization's overall strategic position. Let's look on the 4 factors in space matrix. First is the factors determining environmental or stability position. The critical factors are price range of competing products and price elasticity of demand. These factors have an average of negative 3.00. Second, the critical factor determining industry position or strength are technological know-how and resource utilization with the average of 4.63. Next is the factor determining competitive position or advantage. Product life cycle and product development cycle are the critical factor and it has an average of negative 3.00. Lastly, for the factor determining financial position or strength, the critical factor is cash flow. The average for this factor is 3.14. From all the average scores that have been mentioned before, we need to calculate the axis S and axis Y to perform the space matrix. From the calculation, the coordinate for axis S and axis Y is 1.63 and 0.14 respectively. After plotting the coordinate to the space matrix, we can conclude that the vector reveals the type of categories recommended for Petronas is aggressive. It indicates that Petronas is a financially strong firm that has achieved major competitive advantages in a growing and stable industry. Next is BCG matrix. BCG matrix graphically portrays different among divisions in terms of relative market share position and industry growth rate. There are 4 types of quadrant in BCG matrix. Firstly, stars is a category of product or business unit that have dominant market share and fast growth, and they also generate a large amount of money. We choose Settle application developed by Petronas in 2019 as it operates in a market that shows a high potential within the market in the future. Next is Cash Cow. Here we put Petronas all business as it has been operating for over decades and their market share is high, but the overall market is declining as companies manage the supplier themselves rather than outsourcing it. As for the question marks, Petronas food put on this category called menstrual bites. As consumers are focusing more towards local food, this market showing high market growth rate. However, Petronas has low market share in this segment. Lastly, as for dogs category, Petronas plastic bag have been in a loss for the last 10 years. It also operates in the market that is declining due to the greater environmental concern. Now, let's look on the grand strategy matrix. From the figure, we can see that Petronas is at quadrant 1 and at rapid market growth and strong competitive position part, which means that continued concentration on current markets, which is market penetration and market development, and products, which is product development, is an appropriate strategy for Petronas.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Nur Affandi bin Jaafar. So next, I will continue about IE matrix. From the tables, it shows that for internal factors which is strengths and weaknesses, the total value is 2.62. Meanwhile, for external factors, which is opportunity and threat, the total value is 3.21. Whereby, from the diagram above, Petronas is at quadrant 2, which means that they need to grow and build the backward, forward or horizontal integration, market penetration, market development and product development. Next is Competitive Profile Matrix or CPM. The analysis is comparison the company relative strength and weaknesses in comparison to its competitors, which is Shell and Petro Corporation for Petronas. From the table shown, we can see that Petronas is one with the highest total score, which is at 3.17 compared to their competitors at 2.44 and 2.50. It indicates that Petronas relatively stronger than its competitors. Next is Quantitative Strategic Planning Matrix QSPM. For opportunities and threat, the highest point is at Product Development Strategies, which is 1.85. As well as for strength and weaknesses, the highest point is 1.95 at Product Development. Therefore, we choose Product Development Strategies for Petronas.
Hi, my name is Rukman. I would like to present about Petronas' long-term objective. The first objective is to drive long-term business value creation through responsible investment. Petronas entry the hydrogen market to provide clean energy to the globe in order to build a more sustainable future for all. Next is to reach net zero carbon emission by 2050. The goal is to capitalize the maturity of its environment, social and governance standard while also ensuring long-term value for the organization. Third objective is to efficiently optimizing existing assets that provide strong and predictable cash flow. The usage of technological investment in form of artificial intelligence that supported by 5G data network is to ensure execution of project to be faster, cheaper and safer and to achieve highest possibility quality in the near future. Last objective is to committed to the development and scalability of the ecosystem that bring them to life. It was created in 2019 as Petronas Venture with the mission of fostering technology innovation to retain Petronas' competitive edge in business climate and achieve sustainability in the ecosystem. Next, we go to the proposed alternative strategy. The first strategy is product development. The advantage of this strategy is keeping pace with technology and diversified sources of income, while the disadvantage is riskiness of new product development and high research and development costs. While the next strategy is market development. The advantage of market development is to gain customers and new market share and to increase company revenue. The disadvantage of market development strategy is political and economic barrier and risk of capital investment. The last alternative strategy is market penetration. The advantage of this strategy is to gain competitive advantage and strengthen customer market base, while the disadvantage of this strategy is unmet production costs and lowering industry prices. Next, I would like to present about McKinsey 7 strategy implementation. The first is strategy. The strategy is the plan that organizations adopt to maintain their place in the market. Petronas' strategy is to diversify business segment by entering renewable energy venture in 2019 with acquisition of M+ Energy Solution. This project offers a broad range of cost-effective and customer solar energy solution to ensure clients have consistent supply of clean energy. Next is structure. Structure is the organization chart of company. Petronas business structure and division divide into 10 function departments that are external affairs, human resource, finance, planning and commercial, asset development, information, communication, operational excellence and health environment, research and development, and legal and operation. The division of tasks and department allow each department to focus and give best outcome. Next is system. It refers to process and procedure that are followed on a regular basis within organization. Petronas procedure system consists of recruiting, selection, and other support tasks. This is very essential when it comes to ensuring the right person to hire a vacant position in the company. Petronas procedure system aims to build a solid system that focuses on controlling product development as well as other vital factors to guarantee that they can provide the finance service to their customers. Next is style. Style corresponds to the firm management or leadership style and encompasses the activities they do. Petronas style consists of 2 elements involved, that is making effective decision and making fast decision. Petronas manager make an effective decision if they employ decisive and effective action. On the other side, making a fast decision requires the creation of lean structures that allow business to focus on meaningful work rather than coordination.
Hi, my name is NAQIB and I will continue with the shared value. Petronas has incorporated its own core principle in order to encourage its staff and make them part of company goal. Key principles of Petronas are loyalty, integrity, professionalism, and cohesiveness. And the corporation has also implemented a few practices such as culture of care in the workplace. Next is staff. Petronas business segment consists of upstream, downstream, gas, and new energy. As of 2020, Petronas has 47,669 employees from local and overseas department. Programs such as the Building Leadership Program (BLP) are conducted to empower their workers. Lastly is skill. Petronas manages its personal development in accordance with the organization's strategies and goals. Upstream and downstream training plans UDTP in each step improve training's competency via hands-on training and practical learning for safe, efficiency and responsible hydrocarbon resource extraction. Next, we go to the recommendation. For the first recommendation is diversify to innovative green technology. To ensure its long-term viability, Petronas should not rely too much on natural resources like oil and gas. Cooperation with Malaysian power producer TNB might help Petronas gain a competitive edge over other oil and gas companies while also improving Malaysian environmental standing. In this cooperation, they can focus on recycling energy supply technologies in Malaysia and create alternative fuels such as turning plastic trash and wastewater into fuels. Next recommendation is reposition the Petronas image. Petronas has made investment in its corporate social responsibility (CSR) aimed at improving educational and community programs in Malaysia and overseas. However, the company's CSR strategy still need to be refocused on the protecting the environment. Filling out an environmental assessment (EIA) is must before a firm set up an exploration, production, refining or chemical operation in another country. Petronas must work to improve its public image as an oil and gas company that care about social and environmental issues. The third recommendation is a retake talent with attractive incentive program and growth. Petronas should keep up its CSR effort to provide a high quality education in order to attract top-notch employees. Specific incentive program also need to be implemented to encourage employees through the provision of bonus, business excursions and other employee benefits. Lastly, for the conclusion, Petronas is the Malaysian oil-based company with long-term commitment to maximize their value for the progress of the nation. It is one of the few national oil companies in the world that transformed itself into being a lead multinational of choice, and it is ranked among the largest corporations in the Fortune Global 500. However, Petronas' oil business nature exposes Petronas to risks such as political risks, price risk, and supply and demand risks that are associated with oil price. They need to apply the best strategy, which is product development, to ensure that Petronas is able to mitigate this risk and ensure Petronas' revenue and profit are not affected. Thus, this will help Petronas to sustain in the oil and gas business sector and will keep the company growth in the future.
The answer for this question is, we believe that our finance strategy, that was product development, is the best strategy that could suit with Petronas because this strategy will help Petronas to sustain in the business. Product development strategy will help Petronas to diversify their business portfolio by being less dependent toward oil and gas business. The decision to enter renewable energy market segment, that is solar energy, conducted by Petronas is a good effort for Petronas to diversify its sources of income and revenue. Petronas has grown its solar capacity under operation and development to over 1 GW in India, Malaysia and Dubai, servicing about 200 customers across more than 400 projects and growing. This strategy also will increase Petronas' company sources of income, thus increase the company profit.
The second question is, what are the foreseeable negative impact if the best strategy is implemented? One of the negative impacts that seem to be crucial during the strategy implementation is that it will require excessive resources and increase in fundamental operation like product development as well as support activities like human resource and accounting. This is because Petronas' implementation of their strategy known as New Energy, where Petronas serve as provider and flexible integrated solar solutions, surely in need for vast amount of resources to ensure they are able to build a solid system to control product development as well as other vital factors such as labor and raw materials.
The foreseeable negative impact if the best strategy is implemented is that the cost of developing a new product is costly because of the many tasks needed, including the cost of designing, prototyping, testing and launching the new product. For example, Petronas solar energy development project require $360 million which include acquiring M+ Energy Solution Pte. Ltd. to develop renewable energy.
So, to answer the question 3, since Petronas have 3 alternative strategy proposed, which are product development, market penetration and market development, we suggest Petronas to implement product development. However, if the strategy does not work, I would recommend for Petronas to apply market development. It allows Petronas to grow bigger, increase their customer base from different geographical areas. Here, Petronas can increase the number of sales and revenue as the number of customers is higher. While fossil fuel remains core to the global energy mix, Petronas is redefining its energy offerings by pushing for the increased use of natural gas as a cleaner source of fuel in the energy transition while building capabilities in renewable energy for the security and sustainability of their supply. For example, Petronas' acquisition of Ampul's Energy Solution, a leading distributed solar energy solution provider and developer across India, is to provide the capabilities and expertise for wider offerings in solar energy. It is also a vehicle to explore opportunities onshore and offshore wind energy generation for other Southeast Asian countries, with an aspiration to generate renewable energy capacity by 2024.
Next, for the question if the strategy not work, one of the alternative strategy is market penetration. It allows Petronas to increase market share for present product or services in present markets. To seek increased market share, Petronas can make greater marketing efforts such as discount or incentive to frequent purchaser or membership card holders. Therefore, this can allow Petronas to increase market share at current market. The launch of Card Mesra Loyalty Point Program, where customers will enjoy 3 Mesra Point for every liter they spend on all type of fuels, including Petronas Premix 95 or 97, Dynamic Diesel Euro 2 and Euro 5, is one of the initiative for Petronas to increase their market share in Malaysia. Furthermore, the alliance partnership with Grab Malaysia that sees the launch of the new loyalty program, Card Mesra Grab, is the best strategy to increase market share and increase the volume of sales for Petronas. So I think that's all from our Petronas group. Thank you so much for our beloved Dr. SYAHMI. Inshallah till we meet again one day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi